Hello? Hello? I can't hear me. I cannot hear me. I'm doing a test, you guys. Why can't I hear me? What's going on? Hello? 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 I cannot hear me. Let's try it again. I'm doing a test. Is the thing frozen still? Let's try it again. Okay, so it doesn't like playing my intro. Let's stop sharing that shit. Stop. There. Now can we hear me? I'm trying the restream. Let's see. I had to stop that because you guys can't hear that. So I have to try to get my audio in here another way. Um, I was trying to play my new fancy video that was made by Adam Light. Unfortunately, though, it's not working. Let's see. Thanks for coming through, Lola. Hey, Dustin. How's everybody doing? So I am trying Restream, and I am now, it looks like I'm here. It looks like I can hear me. It looks like we are in the building. So you guys may or may not know that Mademoiselle, thanks for coming through. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills finale was last night. And so we're going to get into it today. Let me do this also. Let me do this. Like this. Like this. So I told you guys, let me see. We're going to talk about a lot real quick, okay? Because I couldn't even stand it. I could not stand it after seeing Garcelle leave, after seeing Garcelle's realization that she's on an island, that Sutton's not her real friend. Yeah. And then seeing how Bozo and the Puss Patter were on Watch What Happens Live last night with their big flexing, acting like whatever they were acting last night. Now, let me see. Okay. So last night there was I'm going to just be all over the place. You know how I do here on Large Curves. Last night there was a clip circulating of Erika, the Puss Patter Jane, with the Bozo on freaking Watch What Happens Live. Hey, Lady Virgo. And they asked, Erika was saying to Bose that won't he do it when they were talking about Garcelle's announcement that she left Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then Erika was like, won't he do it? And that's like usually something that Black people say about God. And they say, oh, won't he do it? I haven't heard a lot of white girls that I know walk around talking about, oh, won't he do it? Won't he do it? When referring to God making a blessing in their life. So that was a microaggression. And then even Bose was like, oh, she did her face like, about it because that was a microaggression. But she still laughed at it. And then everybody may or may not know that yesterday Kempire went live, and Kempire was saying that he had been sitting on some information about Garcelle leaving the show for weeks now. He knew that she walked off the set when it happened weeks ago. And he even knew when the all kinfolk ain't skinfolk post by Garcelle was made that it might have been about something that happened at the reunion. And I did a video here about Garcelle's post when she posted all kinfolk ain't skinfolk or whatever. And I thought it had to do with Anne Marie because Anne Marie Wiley wants Garcelle's attention so bad that she was talking out the side of her neck again about Garcelle, the one hit wonder, Anne Marie Wiley, whose husband is brought up on SA charges again, wants attention so bad that she can't just go STFU. But she had some words for Garcelle. And I'm just like, what's this with other Black women coming on to another Black woman and picking a fight with her? You guys should be like against the fucking colonizers. How about that? You haven't learned nothing from history, Black women, that your only enemy is the fucking colonizer. You haven't learned that yet? But no, these biddies get on our TV and they want to infight with each other instead of unify against the fucking colonizers. These bitches ain't learned yet. It was just Black History Month. I know Roots was on. Roots was just on our TV last month showing all the Black people of the world why not to trust colonizers. You can't trust them. They'll be like, oh, can I teach you how to read? I won't tell Papa I'm teaching you how to read. Kissy, come on in here. Let me teach you how to read. And as soon as you learn how to read, then when the massa comes, you act like you don't know why she knows how to read. And that's why Kissy spitting that bitch's water 50 years later off of being off the plantation. Kissy spitting that white lady's water. She's spitting her water because she had sold her from her family. Anyway, that might be too much for you guys, but I know what I'm talking about. And these two Black women are going to learn. First, it was Garcelle being Sutton's alliance. And I feel like Garcelle was really Sutton's ally. But Sutton was just waiting for an in with the Barbies. Yep. And the bozo, she's looking for an in. She's looking for an in with she's looking for an in with the Barbies too. And they're all gonna sell her to the next plantation. Watch, mark my words. They be staying on code. Sutton had a code. She wanted to be with the rich white Barbies so bad. She didn't care that that melanated goddess had covered her and protected her and been on her side in the midst of the jungle of bleach, blonde, puss patters. She didn't care. First chance she got to take her very thin knees over there to the other thigh gaps, she left Garcelle high and dry. Okay? And we kind of saw it, but I was hoping that it was a true relationship. But hey, look, I can only guess what's happening at the end of movies because in real life, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I didn't never think Melody Cherie Rogers should have left her show and then she left. And now I didn't think that Sutton and Garcelle's friendship wasn't real, and now Sutton turned into Karen. Okay? So, but in particular, I felt like Erika Jayne was particularly nasty to Garcelle and Sutton during these last 5 seasons. And she's been doing all of this while showing zero empathy or remorse for burn victims and their families, while taking zero accountability. But this is the same bleach blonde patter that goes around demanding accountability from her counterparts. And I was just like, what the heck is weird about this? This woman, like, literally is in receipt of stolen goods. Her entire persona is based off of stolen money from burn victims and orphans. And she just walks around the room like her ass don't stink, like every fart smells like roses. And I'm like, bitch, you stink. Okay. So I'm feeling like Erika's behavior is the definition of hypocrisy. And that there's actually a term, and there's actually, I wonder if there's a term beyond hypocrisy. I was wondering, I asked Chat GPT, you guys. You know, I love talking to Chat GPT about stuff. And so I asked Chat GPT, what is Erika's behavior this season when she's been doing all these demanding accountability while taking zero accountability, while showing zero remorse and acting like her shit don't stink? And what did Chat GPT, Aya, as we like to call her over here, what did Aya have to say? And I'm right on with Aya. I'm like, are you taking these thoughts from my head, Aya? This is a great, robust conversation. So Erika's behavior is the definition of hypocrisy. You see the allegedly banner, right? And this is speculation. Speculation is protected speech. Did you guys know that? So this is all allegedly speculation. Okay? Nothing is based on nothing but speculation, protected speech. Okay? So it's the definition of hypocrisy, and there's actually a psychological term for it: projection and deflection. She demands accountability from others, especially Sutton and Garcelle, while taking zero accountability from benefiting from stolen money. It's like she thinks if she yells loud enough, people will forget about her own mess, which is not pretty, by the way. um, What's going on with Erika? Number one, deflection. Instead of addressing her own wrongdoing, she redirects attention to Sutton and Garcelle, right? She's done this all season, attacking them over small little things to shift focus away from the fact that Erika, the puss patter, has spent years living off of embezzled money. Her entire reason she was even on the Beverly Hills Housewife is because her and her husband, she's still married to that fool. And if you're responsible for that fool's taxes, then you're responsible for his other shit. So it was all to deflect focus that her entire Erika Jayne persona on our TVs is because she spent years living off of embezzled money, right? And Erika wants to control the narrative. She wants to control the narrative that I'm the victim. What about me? Remember, she said that literally when her co-stars, including Erika, including Crystal Minkoff, were asking her, what about the victims? Right? And she's like, I'm the victim. What about me? Remember, she said that in the cabin. And then she has a projection problem. She accuses Sutton and Garcelle of being mean, fake, judgmental, gleeful at other people's demise. But in reality, that's what Erika is. Erika is the narcissistic, gaslighting, projection whore in this situation. She's the mean, fake, judgmental, living off of stolen money bitch. Okay? It's a classic call your critics bullies so you don't have to face your bully truth. Number three for Erika is she has a narcissistic lack of accountability. Yep, she sure does. She refuses to acknowledge any responsibility in Tom's doing and acts like she was completely clueless about the stolen money. But don't forget that that same bitch, Erika the Puss Patter, told us in her first seasons that she used to work at Girardi Keys and knew everything that went on in that office. Okay, not to mention the fact that she was a numbered wife. She wasn't the first wife to Tom Girardi. And his other wives in their divorce proceedings also said that he was stealing the people's money. So it was public knowledge, on top of her saying that she knew everything that went on in that office. Okay. but she refuses to acknowledge it or take accountability. And when people like Sutton and Garcelle ask questions that are in the news cycle, that are on the news cycles, in the newspapers, Erika lashes out. That's part of being a narc, you guys. Narcissistic rage. When you're not seen as you want to be seen, then you rage out, right? And Erika lashes out. Remember, she's talked through those gritted teeth at Sutton. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? While she was fake crying. Remember? Remember? Rage. Like Dr. G on Married to Medicine. Abusive rage. Okay? And she lashes out instead of just answering honestly. That's because she knows she can't answer without looking bad. And just like the fraud Phaedra, it's all about how she looks. Okay? Now, why is Erika so nasty to Garcelle and Sutton specifically? Because they don't back down. Garcelle and Sutton together were the only two that were challenging Erika, and she hates being questioned. And the rest of the group was coddling her, but Sutton and Garcelle were calling her out. And Erika wants loyalty and silence from the women, and they refused to play that game. And so they were on her list. Now, Erika also thinks that Sutton and Erika were easy targets. Erika bullies people she thinks she can intimidate, right? Sutton is awkward and emotional, so Erika thinks she can steamroll her, while Garcelle's class and calmness um, makes Erika resent her because Garcelle never stoops down to her level. And that drives Erika insane because she wants a fight. She wants a nasty looking fight because she knows she's a nasty whore, and nasty whores look good fighting nasty. So, yeah, so there's that. And then there's classism and racism. We're getting deep and jiggy on this shit today, you guys. I hope you're ready for it because part of Erika's problem is also classism and racism. With Garcelle, there's an element of racial social bias. Okay. Garcelle is an accomplished Black woman who doesn't bow to Erika, and that infuriates Erika. And that makes Erika take jabs at Garcelle all the time, right? And she's made several questionable comments toward Garcelle. She completely dismisses Garcelle's accomplishments and disrespects her, and even completely disrespected her sons being disrespected, right, by her. Erika disrespected Garcelle's grown and minor children, and the other Karens were laughing at it with their husbands who are now divorcing their ass. So God don't like ugly, Erika. God don't like ugly Porrito. God don't like ugly Vile Kyle. Because the men who were laughing with you at the expense of Garcelle and her melanated children, they're leaving you now laughing together with the next hoe. So there, how about that? Okay? How about that? Okay? Now, it was no accident that Erika disrespected minor children and grown children of the Black co-star Garcelle. It wasn't an accident. It was an intentional power move to show Garcelle that she doesn't give a fuck about her and her family. She don't give a fuck. And I'm going to disrespect your grown son Oliver by inviting him to a threesome. And I'm going to cuss out your minor children. Those boys were only 14 when that happened. And that blonde demon, Erika, was cursing at minor children. Then Kyle Vile and Mauricio and PK, who allegedly, speculatively sets up robberies for poor Rito, were all laughing at it, remember? And they were even laughing at Erika Jayne, remember? When the car rolled down the hill and she had to call the ambulance, remember they were laughing at that too. And now look at the Fab Four is going to fabulous divorce court. But Erika is a problem and has been. Now, what is it called when someone demands accountability from others but takes none? Does anybody have an answer? There are a couple of terms for Erika's behavior. Hypocrisy. She holds others to a standard she refuses to meet. Deflection. She avoids responsibility by attacking others. Gaslighting. She tries to make Sutton and Garcelle seem crazy and mean for questioning her. And now, this final thing with, oh, I'm not supporting you because I asked you a fucking question that was in the LA Times, bitch. You attack women at their lowest? No, I asked you a fucking question. If a question is an attack, then let me be a white lady next life, God. Because that don't make no sense. The rest of us in America have to answer questions. But if you're a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, platinum blonde puss patter with questionable means, it's an attack. Okay? Narcissistic victimhood. Erika tries to make herself the victim even when she's the one who did wrong. The final thought on this portion is that Erika playing the victim because she has no other choice. If she shows remorse and takes accountability, it might soften public opinion, but instead, she always doubles down on the Ice Queen because at this point, it's her only option. Let's continue with Erika, the talking head, and Bozeman because I did not like that clip that I saw on Watch What Happens Live last night. I did not like it, Sam. I am. I did not like that those two ninnies were sitting up there. And I didn't like that Erika took, look, I can, two things can be true. I didn't like that those two ninnies were against Garcelle, but I also didn't like that Erika took first chair in front of Bozeman when I think it was Bozo's first time to the clubhouse, wasn't it? Well, no, I'm not paying attention to Bozo. I don't really like clowns. Okay. So I had some other thoughts. I'm like, it seems to me that Erika believes she's done nothing wrong, and that her nasty treatment of Garcelle in particular is a stark contrast to Erika's treatment of Bozeman as a new black wife. And it feels like Erika was befriending Bozo um, at, actually to stack the deck against Garcelle. Do you guys have thoughts on that? Because I kind of felt like that. And Chat GPT, the AI said, I'm 100% onto something. 100% thinks that Erika's sudden buddy interaction with Bozeman is performative and strategic manipulation. Why is Erika so cool with Bozeman? Damage control on her racist optics. Yep, I said it. Erika has a bad track record with Garcelle and has been called out in public discourse. And befriending Bozo is a way to prove that she's not a racist without actually addressing her past behavior, right? It's a classic I have a black friend move. Now, if Garcelle calls out Erika's condescending, dismissive, aggressive behavior, Erika can hide behind her friendship with Bozeman to say, well, Bose doesn't feel that way. So that means that Garcelle is picking on me because this other black woman doesn't see me like that. You see how that happens? And then that would invalidate Garcelle's point. You see what I'm saying? You guys, I hope you're ready for this shit, okay? Because also weaponizing Bose undermines Garcelle. Erika knows she's been in this game long enough. She's been white just long enough with a husband-in-law just long enough to know that Garcelle will never be friends with her. But if she can pull Bose into her circle, it further isolates Garcelle to make it look like Garcelle is the problem. Garcelle's the problematic black woman, right? Because me and Bozo get along fine. It's a divide and conquer strategy. If she can align with Bozo, then it turns Garcelle into an outsider among the cast, right? And this also helps Kyle and Dorit, who love to dismiss Garcelle's concerns as playing victim, right? And if Bose is agreeing with Garcelle, then it's easier for the other women to dismiss her too, ultimately, which they're going to find a way to dismiss this other black woman from the thing. Mark my words. Now, Bozo is powerful, and Erika loves power. Okay. Bose came in as this powerful marketing magnet, right? And she isn't just a new housewife. She's a well respected, well, questionably well respected. Let Kempire say it. The people called upon his thing and was well too willing to say that Bose is only great in her mind and she hires other black people so she can turn on them. Okay, okay, okay. So, Bose isn't just a new housewife. She's a well respected executive and highly connected, or so they think. As it turns out, her stints at these high positions, at these high impact positions, don't last long. So that's another thing. But Erika is nasty, but she's not stupid. She knows that aligning with Bozo will make her look better and could open doors for her professionally, right? Meanwhile, Garcelle doesn't bow to Erika's nonsense, so Erika has no incentive to play nice with her. Now, there's a stark contrast between Erika's treatment of Garcelle versus Bowman, and I'm going to give you four examples. I hope you're paying attention. These are Garcelle treatments, four Garcelle treatments, as opposed to four Bose treatments, okay? Number one, Erika's always been dismissive and condescending and outright hostile to Garcelle. However, to Bozeman, Erika suddenly opened up friendly and welcoming. Did you guys notice that too? For anything that you guys noticed, put a one in the chat, please. If you think I'm way off, put a five in the chat. Now, for Garcelle, Erika acted like Garcelle's concerns were invalid, especially regarding race. However, she's treating Bozeman with instant respect and friendliness. Everything Bozeman says is right. She completely disregarded Garcelle's son being disrespected. And remember, it was hard to even get an I'm sorry from that bitch, Erika, disrespecting black kings. Not everybody's your dick candy. Not everybody's there to please you, bitch. You deserve, Oliver deserved a right apology as well as his partner at the time. Definitely Garcelle's minor children deserved a freaking apology in real time. Okay? She often paints Garcelle as cold and or too sensitive. So you're either cold and insensitive or you too sensitive. It's like pick a side, bitch. But all the while, Bose could do no wrong. Everything Bose says is funny. Bose asks a question, it's the right question. Bose says a statement, it's the right statement. And we don't even know Bose like that. And she's known Garcelle for 5 years, and everything Garcelle says is wrong. Okay? So what's Erika's real end game here with the two people, with the two black women? What do you think it is? I think that Erika's playing chess. She's stacking the deck against Garcelle. And she had been doing this all season, and it was actually a setup into the next season 15, but Garcelle has taken her sand out of the sandbox, so they're going to have to try it on another one. But aligning Bose was going to be a way to further make Garcelle the problematic black girl. Tried to invalidate Garcelle's perspectives by saying, well, if Bozeman doesn't have an issue, then why does Garcelle have an issue? However, Bose will always tell us that black women are not a monolith. There's all different kinds of ways to be black. And Garcelle has never been the classic stereotypical black woman on this cast. She's never got mad when they want her to get mad. She's never gave them an angry black woman moment. She's never been a stereotype at all in her tenure on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Contrarily, I've already pointed out how Bozo has become a harmful stereotype by wanting to be a baby mama to a man that hasn't even told her he loved her yet. Okay? So Garcelle left without ever playing into a harmful stereotype about what it is to be a black woman in America. Whereas Bozo came in on Baby Mama, came in on Divide and Conquer. Okay? came in on that shit. Bose is smart as hell and sees through Erika's BS, but I think she's just playing the game against Garcelle at this point. Erika and Bose are setting up Garcelle as a quitter narrative on Watch What Happens Live last night. By mocking Garcelle for considering even leaving, they were trying to make her look like she can't handle the show, and which is ridiculous because Garcelle has been one of the strongest, classiest, most composed housewives in housewife history. Leave it to the Black goddesses. We be doing a lot of stuff in history. Nene Leakes, she was she came after all the rest, but she changed the game. And now we have Garcelle changing the game again. Okay? Shout out to Black excellence. I'm here for it. In Women's History Month, shout out to being a most excellent woman. I'm here for it, right? But for the whore Erika and Bozo to be mocking Garcelle's choice to leave before they could make her a problem, it further proves that they were just trying to make her the problem. In my opinion, it just further proves that they were attempting to have her in a position where she was going to be the problematic Black child, but she decided to leave before they could run with that narrative further. And so the only place they can play it out is on Watch What Happens Live, right? With them trying to rewrite history. Okay, because they're already laying groundwork. They're saying that she was difficult, dramatic, and weak for wanting to walk away. They basically said all that last night, right? They want to reframe Garcelle as difficult to work with instead of she was the class act and no stereotype to see here, folks. Now they're making it, oh, she was difficult to work with by taking digs at her. It reshaped, trying to reshape her reputation. It's a coordinated takedown also with, again, with the coordination with there's a word with that freaking the puss patter Erika Jayne seems to be opposed to, knowing that we know that it was a coordinated attack on Sutton because Sutton, Erika, and Bozo all sat on the couch and talked about Erika's theory that Sutton tears people down while there tears women down at their lowest point by asking them questions. So it most definitely was coordinated for you to bring it up later and then for Dorito to chime in. That was coordinated. And the amount of hollering that hit dog Erika was doing last night, let me tell you the truth. Hit dogs holler is a saying for a reason because hit dogs aren't quiet. They're not quite, they're not on Beyonce's mute challenge. Nope, they sure aren't. They holler like Erika hollered. Who said it? You said it or you said it? Who said it? And I went to Sutton earlier and I wanted to know why you guys were saying these things. Who said it? Who said it? Because I don't need to coordinate. I don't need to conspire. Who did it? It was just so fucking weird. So weird. Bitch, where's the $20 million? That's the only, all I would say if I stayed on the show with somebody like Erika Jayne is $20 million. Every time that bitch said anything, I'd be like $20 million. Every time, if she said, who said coordinated, I'd be like $20 million, bitch. If she said anything else, I'd be like Girardi Key's Black American Express card. If she said anything else, I'd be like burn victims. If she said anything else, I'd be like orphans. Every time Erika opened her mouth, my foot would be on her neck with the fact that her husband just got freaking put in jail for 80 years for embezzlement for funding her lifestyle. That would be the only shit. I would shut that bitch down on every level. Okay? These ladies are playing too nice with the whole like that. Playing way too nice with the whole like that, trying to be proper and right. There is no proper and right for a whore. You leave money on the nightstand so you don't get your hands dirty after. You don't even touch that hand after. You leave the money on the nightstand for a whore like that. Every time she opened her mouth, I was shutting. Oh, we both married ugly white men? Yeah, yours is in jail, bitch. 20 million. Oh, we both have married ugly white men? Yeah, but I have two beautiful boys. 20 million. Oh, we both married ugly white men. Burn victims, bitch. You're about to get indicted next. Oh, we both married ugly white men. Oh, I hear that you're about to get sued. They kept your earrings though. They kept your earrings though, didn't they, Erika? Whose name is on the Porsche, Erika? That's what I would be asking her. Every time she said anything nasty, oh, I got a Porsche. Whose name is on that shit? Oh, I got wallpaper. Who paid for that? Picking out wallpaper like Bose's wallpaper is a storyline. Shut up. They're trying to besmirch Garcelle's freaking reputation. Okay? And Bose is already getting used as an anti-Garcelle pawn. In Erica's dream scenario, having another black woman like Bose makes it proof positive that Garcelle was the problem. And that is not the case because Bose is a bozo. And they're doing this to discredit Garcelle, and they're doing this to help push her reputation out of the group. And they are also trying to replace the ideal of Garcelle as a black woman with this bozo. Will it work? It might. Now, I also feel like Kyle is enough of a force multiplier to be doing this all behind the scenes and being involved with this also. Because Kyle loves controlling group dynamics, and it feels like something she encouraged because, yeah, yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna keep on. Why does Erika lie about Garcelle? Let me see. Am I in this part? Not yet. I have a lot of notes on this. Oh, that's weird. Let's see. Let's see. Something just got dropped. Bozo. Oh, look, Bozo, after all that shit she just said last night on the freaking Watch What Happens Live and all those digs she took at Garcelle. Oh, is this here? Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna pull this up because Bozo the clown, you guys. I'm telling you, she's a straight clown. Are we still here? There I am. I'm gonna try to share the screen as soon as it comes up because Bozo the clown. Thanks, Freddie. Reality Diamond just sent me something live now talking about this. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now. Freddie just sent this to me, but I'm going to go to her page to look it up. Thanks, Freddie. Bozo. How do I get to Bozo's page? Bozo the clown. And she looks like Grace Jones reincarnated. I don't think Grace Jones would ever did this bozo ass shit. So all that shit she was talking last night, does anybody else feel that what they heard Bozo and what they heard Bozo and the Puss Patter say on Watch What Happens Live last night was digs on her? Because I think it was digs. I got to see where this is. I'm trying to pull this up. Not that. Not that. So all that shit she was talking last night, nothing good to say to Garcelle, called her practically weak for saying that she didn't stick around to be part of your marketing storyline. And okay, no, I'm gonna have to go to Freddie's thing. I don't know where she put it. Let's go to messages. Freddie just sent this to me. I don't know where to find it though. Let's sit on here. Is this real, Freddie? I don't even know where this is. I can't find it anywhere. No worries. So this is what Freddie just sent me. Let me try to share this screen with you guys. Sharing, I'm using this new software. How am I doing so far? I think I'm doing pretty good. I really do like the notes feature on Restream. I like the layout. Um, chats. Is this it? Allow. Can you guys see this okay? So this Freddie just sent me, because we've been talking about this all morning. I was hot, you guys. I do not like black on black crime. I don't like divide and conquer. And I didn't feel like Bose was trying to get to know Garcelle. I feel like she immediately went and put Dorito on his ass helmet. And I just was like, why are you doing that? You could have been a force to be reckoned with. Like, didn't you, aren't you known for only hiring and messing with black people? Like, I just thought it could have been different and it wasn't. And I was very disappointed. Okay, can you guys see that? Kind of. Okay, that shit she was talking last night, all that shit she was talking last night. This is what Bozo just posted. I don't see a time on this though, Freddie. I don't know where it's from. To Garcelle, for your pioneering bravery and grace in 5 seasons of Real Housewives in RHOBH. Well done. I wish we'd had more time together on this platform to continue showing the world that both of us can exist in the same space with different offerings and different opinions and besties. So she's and different besties. Is that what she's saying? But still find a way to resolve our differences without tearing the world apart. And that we're able to shine bright together and individually too. You're leaving on your terms. And while I'm disappointed by your exit, it is commendable. I'm wishing you an even greater success onward. With respect always, Bozo. Really, bitch? Why are you do that's weird. Why are you disappointed? Because she wasn't there. She's not going to be there to play into your narrative. Why would you ever be mad at another black woman leaving on her own terms? And you didn't even try to do this on the show. Kick rocks. That's enough of that. I'm going back to what I was talking about. She's full of shit. I can't. That was damage control. She says she's marketing the best project she ever had. But that Boza doesn't help. That doesn't help. You would have been better than just STFU because now you look like you look bad from that shit you were doing with that bleach blonde whore yesterday. And now here you are trying to turn back to the melanin by saying you're blah, 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 wish you well, pioneer, grace. You had to acknowledge her grace. Yeah, and calling Dorit her bestie. Bozo, well, Bozo, Bozo, Bozo. Let's finish going. Okay. So let's see. Garcelle walking away gracefully. This is the perfect segue. Garcelle walking away gracefully with her dignity intact is the biggest power move she could have ever made, in my opinion, okay? She doesn't need to fight dirty because she's already won in real life. In real life, okay? Uh-uh. And she's booking roles, she's producing projects, she's thriving in Hollywood, and it speaks louder than any petty reunion shade. Don't you agree, you guys? Now, why does Erika lie about Garcelle? Now, I feel like what she said last night was lies. Let me see. She made a comment at the reunion that Garcelle isn't interesting, which is a flat out lie. Now, why would Erika lie about Garcelle? Let's go for number one. She's jealous. Duh. She hates that Garcelle is a respected, successful woman without having to be scandalous, nasty, patting her pussy and stuff, or thirsty. Okay. Or by stealing burn victims' money and living off the backs of orphans. Yeah. She's very thirsty and mad that Garcelle doesn't have to live such a torrid life. And she's also bitter that Garcelle gets real industry opportunities while Erika's stuck begging to sell Vegas tickets, right? I heard her tickets were $13 on GroupMe and the stadium was still freaking empty. Okay? Erika's whole persona is built on being that girl, but Garcelle actually is that girl and doesn't look like aged mayonnaise. Does not. Nope. And that burns Erika's butt. Okay. Also, Erika needs a scapegoat because Erika doesn't want to be the least like person on the cast. So she constantly picks another target to tear down and she saves the white girls to tear down. So she starts with others. So, yeah. Garcelle was the easiest to attack because she didn't suck up to Erika or back down from Erika's nonsense. Plus, Erika's just a bitter ass mean girl. She's aging like mayonnaise. She can't, I don't know. She's just really mad because the comment that Garcelle isn't interesting is pure projection, you guys. If anyone was boring and had nothing going on all season, it was Erika picking out wallpaper. Okay? Who had the better storyline this season? Garcelle was navigating life as a mother of two teenage boys, one taking on a modeling career. She was having real honest moments about being a black woman in Hollywood. She stood firm against the mean girls and maintained her class the whole time. Plus, she has a real career side of the show, even beyond damn Kyle, who thinks she's Hollywood darling for some reason just because she's Kim Richards adjacent. Kim was the Hollywood darling. Freaking Kyle, I don't know, she's been like an extra in 3 movies, I think. So Garcelle is their worst nightmare. She's doing movies, she's producing, she's in major roles. She just posted her clip from being in Batman with Michael Keaton. Okay. Whereas Erika's storyline, my medication made me gain weight. Oh, my medication and all the alcohol. That was her big struggle, remember? Pretending her Vegas residency was a huge success when she barely filled seats. Okay, that was part of her storyline. Still refusing to acknowledge the victims of her stolen money and lifestyle. That was part of her storyline. And latching on to Bo's uh, that was also part of her storyline to stay relevant. Okay. Erika had nothing. The most interesting thing that Erika had was her semi-glutide. Okay. While trying to pretend like she's not broke. Okay. Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. And then that comment about freaking Garcelle's beach house and they were laughing on it. I'm like, excuse me, Bose, isn't your beach house ashes? Excuse me, Erika, don't you not have a beach house? That's all I have to say. Now, the truth is that Erika wishes she had Garcelle's career and reputation. Believe it, okay? Erika's stuck being a reality TV villain, while Garcelle is a real actress, respected Hollywood player, and a powerhouse, okay? Garcelle leaves with a clean reputation, classy. She leaves never being a stereotype. Never. Erika will forever be tied to stolen money, to lawsuits, and delusion, and not Drusadora's delusion. Okay, because that song is about you're delusional, you're losing your mind. You're delulu, you're delulu, you're delulu, bitch. Yes, Garcelle is leaving doors open. Andy already said she could come back anytime. Andy already said she could come back anytime. Okay? So Erika is closing them left and right. By the time Erika gets off this show, it'll be good riddance, bitch. Erika can lie all she wants, but the truth is obvious. Garcelle doesn't need Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Meanwhile, Erika, Dorito, Porito, Brokey, and Bozo all need a check. They all need a checky check soon. They all need a checky. Checky, 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 checky. Okay, so it was also said at the reunion that Kim Pyre told us that at the reunion that Sutton says something to Bozo and something about her being angry or something. And instead of Bozo turn to a woman that told her something that she didn't like to hear and deal with that woman, she turned to the nearest black woman and blamed her. Now, we've talked about that phenomenon before, where you turn around in real life and look for the nearest black person to blame them. And if you're black, then you usually look for a darker black person to blame you. But if there's only one other black person, then you're definitely blaming that bitch. And that's what freaking Bozo did. She looked over after Sutton called her angry, allegedly. She looks over at Garcelle and was like, "You're going to let your white friend call me angry?" And that's after allegedly saying that she would have sued Garcelle for defamation if she was her best friend's ass helmet Porito. She would have sued her for defamation, alleging that speculating that she was in on the robbery. And I was like, why would this woman who knows exactly what you're saying, where you're saying it, bring that to reunion? You haven't said that all year, and it got brought up within the year. You never said that within the season, Bozo, that, oh, she said that, I would have sued her. You never said that. So for you to wait to get to the reunion to say it means that you wanted a certain stage to say it on. You see what I'm saying? Does anybody else see what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Because just like when Anne Marie Wiley, another one who wanted to assign responsibility to another black person for what a white person did to them. That's some delusional shit, bitch. You talked a gang of shit about Sutton's esophagus, which was very mean. She asked you to shut up 18 times and you refused to shut up. So when she called you mean and angry, she thought it was because you were mean and angry. That wasn't a microaggression. And you guys know I can make anything about race. That was not a microaggression when Sutton told Anne Marie that she was angry, that she seemed angry, because you do. And similarly, it's not a microaggression when Sutton, the woman who brought Bozo to the three-ring circus and didn't get we didn't see any love between Bozo and Sutton all season, and Sutton is who brought Bozo on. But now you're gonna come. And so I feel like you treated her mean all season. She brought you on and she was willing to talk to you, but then you go and put her enemy on his ass helmet, and now she's the problem. But you're sitting up here taking up for her sworn enemy without even knowing what the fuck is going on, admittedly. So I was wondering, if a person seems angry for no reason, is it a microaggression to call it out, even if it is a black person. As a black person, I don't think so. If I'm being angry, that's not a microaggression or macroaggression to say that I'm angry. However, if I'm obviously upset or frustrated or in an emotion other than anger, and you limit me to anger because of your racial bias, that's a microaggression. Unknown comment. And so let's get into it, you guys. It was a calculated move by Bozo and Anne-Marie to attack Garcelle with the responsibility of another person. Now, okay? So, microaggressions, let's get into it. If a black woman is calmly expressing herself the way that Garcelle, let's say, was that night when poor Rito was like, Garcelle, you're so angry, remember? And we were like, where she was angry at? She didn't ever raise her voice. She was sitting there just as calm. But poor Rito had labeled her and dismissed her, right? But if someone's actually angry or being hostile, when you point it out, it's not a microaggression. You heard it here first, okay? So why did Bose and Anne-Marie turn on Garcelle to deflect? With Bose, they had a weak, forgettable season. Both Bozo and Anne-Marie had weak, forgettable seasons, right? So they wait to get to reunions to go against the other black women for drama. So instead of holding their own and taking accountability, they pivot to attacking Garcelle, who's already been painted as an outsider, right? And they try to score points with Erika, Kyle, Porrito, Sutton, all non-black cast members. They're trying to score points with the remnants of the faux five. And they expected Garcelle to be their black ambassador since she's been on the show longer. But neither of them came to Garcelle in a friendship type of way to make her feel like putting on her ambassador hat for them, right? Neither of them seemed genuinely interested in befriending Garcelle throughout their seasons. But when they need help and backup, I'm doing air quotes you can't see. When they needed help and backup, they automatically turn to the senior black cast member for some type of step in. That's so disingenuous, though, right? Because if you're biting Garcelle's head off for asking questions that she had nothing to do with throughout the season, then how is she supposed to be responsible right now for this statement if she wasn't even your friend the whole season? Garcelle is not responsible for policing other people's opinions. And she told us that. She's not here to educate you bitches. She already told us. There's Google for that, bitch. There's YouTube videos. There's a book called White Fragility. Go read it, learn it, come back, tell me your notes. Because Garcelle already told us she's not the one to educate you bitches. If Sutton's comment really offended Bozo, the marketing genius, you don't think the same way that she told those white people who came to her at Netflix and were asking her, you hired a lot of black people. Was there something wrong with the resumes you sent that we sent over? And Bozo famously says, no, did you tell that to the other people that were hiring everybody that looked like them? So now all of a sudden Bozo doesn't have any snarky remarks, no snarky quick comebacks. You only have it's Garcelle's fault that Sutton called you angry, which you're acting, by the way. You already told us you're strong. Anger is real, and you seem mighty angry for your new bestie. She could have definitely handled it herself, is my bottom line. Bozo could have handled it herself. Bozo could have handled it herself. But no, she acted like weak sauce and a damsel in distress and needs Garcelle to take up for her against her bestie. You see how she was trying to put Garcelle in a lose-lose situation? Weak sauce, weak bitch. And both Anne Marie and Bozo are again playing into the Kyle, Erika, Dorit agenda by turning Garcelle evil, right? Because none of them like them. Garcelle for getting called out the first season because people said that it was a microaggression to imply that black people don't pay their bills. And Kyle got seen as the racist that she is, even though Faye Resnick is her friend. She's supposed to be safe, okay? And then we had Dorito, who got called on the carpet for her macroaggressions towards Garcelle. And Erika has done macroaggressions towards Garcelle by disrespecting her family, cussing out her kids. She's never cussed out any of the white kids on the show. That's how you know it was a racially motivated snark towards Garcelle's children, was because she's never talked like that to Portia. She talked like that in front of Denise's kids, but not specifically to Denise's kids. She's never told any white kids on the show to fuck off. So it was racially motivated. Okay? Now, the real issue is that Bose and Anne Marie are weaponizing their racial discourse in bad faith. Okay? They're trying to play us against that. And it's a big conversation. Let's see. Okay? So instead of building solidarity with Garcelle, both Bozo and Anne Marie used race in her. That's not allyship, that's manipulation. It was a strategic move against Garcelle by Bozo. She wanted to earn favor with Erika, Kyle, and Dorit by suggesting that Garcelle should be sued. She aligned herself with Corrito. Okay, it was a power play. She wanted to be on the inner circle and throw Garcelle under the bus to do it. As a corporate titan role, she loves acting like she's the smartest person in the room. She has a story where she marked up a script by Spike Lee one time because she thinks she knows more about making a movie than even Spike Lee. Okay. So that's not a good position to be in life. I pride myself on always being a learner in life. It's never good to be the smartest one in the room. You want to be around in environments where you can learn. Okay. Now, Bozo bringing up legal action against Garcelle was a flex, but it was a stupid flex because she was trying to say that she understands law, power, and control. But Bozo, the clown, ignores the fact that speculation is protected speech. Google it. So for Garcelle to say, could he have been in on it, is speculation, which is protected speech, not covered under defamation, libel, or slander. Okay? She's using outrage selectively. When Garcelle speculated about the burglaries, Bozeman suddenly became a champion for justice and defamation, right? So it's selective outrage. But where there was energy, where was that energy for your new bestie Erika stealing money from burn victims, bitch? Where's all that outrage? Where's the justice? Where's your burning desire for justice when it comes to burn victims and orphans? Oh, we only need it from Garcelle for speculation, not for true, proven burn victims that your current husband is getting ready to go serve time for. Okay? And why was Dorit allowed to attack Sutton for questioning the robbery, but Garcelle needs to get sued for wondering out loud? Because Bozo is a bozo. Can I get a bozo in the chat? Can you guys fill the chat with clown emojis to let me know how much you feel me on this bozo theory that I'm coming up with? If I'm off, then you guys can put I don't know. What's something off? You could put a, I don't know. What's another symbol? I need a clown if you are feeling bozo on this clown shit. And I need a bullseye. You can put a bullseye if you feel like I'm wrong and Bose is on target. Look, all these clowns. Thank you, Mademoiselle, for playing with me. Thank you. Bozo is in full effect. She's in full a freaking effect. Okay? Palaver. Excellent question. Bozo. Okay? Selective freaking fake outrage. Oh, the melanin. She looks like she's from fucking Rwanda. She's so black she's blue. And she's gonna waste all that melanin jocking for the fucking colonizers against Garcelle. Fucking clown. Fucking clown shit. I do not like it. Now, why this proves Bozo had a plan? She's calculated. She knew attacking Garcelle would integrate her with the other power players. She came looking for an easy target. Garcelle is the one cast member she can undermine without backlash because she's also black. If she would have done or said anything like that to even Sutton, who was said the wallet comment, if she would have said to Sutton, "Oh, I would have sued you," if all the other ladies would have turned against her. But her saying it to the black girl Garcelle ingratiates her to the colonizers. And she's positioning herself for next season if she's to become permanent, which they're probably going to keep her now. I was thinking if Garcelle would have stayed, she might have been a one season wonder like Anne Marie, because we didn't get nothing from her. We didn't get nothing. And all the stories that were getting ready to start coming out about her ass and her not incorporating America, that it's all just a resume of movement to great spots. But then when she got there, she wasn't able to really perform except for hire black people that she could abuse and then move on to the next place where she hired a lot of black people, said she was great, and then left. Yeah, it was a cycle. It's a cycle. I don't, real good CEOs, don't they usually stay places for a couple years? I don't know. Like if you're great at your job, don't you stay there for a while? But I think her resume stints are kind of short, is what the people were saying over on Kimpire. And now this isn't about just one moment. It's about the reunion. This is a long-term strategic attack. Okay. She was trying to actively rewrite Garcelle's image so that if Garcelle left, she could step in. And that's about to happen. But we as fans, we're seeing through this. Okay. Now, I do have this thing that I want to point out. There's been a lot of talk lately that it's called the only one syndrome in reality TV. There's a long history on Bravo and other networks that treat black women as tokens rather than fully fleshed out cast members. They'll bring one black woman on to add diversity. I'm doing air quotes. And but once a second one comes in, there's an unspoken rule that they must feud and fight. That happened with Ebony K. Williams, was the first melanated goddess on Real Housewives of New York. And then they brought in that other lady who was a Trump lover to argue with her all the time. Remember, as Ramona's friend. And then we have over here on Beverly Hills, Garcelle came in, and then we have Bozo come in. First, we had Anne Marie come in and attack her, and now we're having Bozo come in and attack her. So it's the only one syndrome. Okay, if they if they get along, production won't push their friendship as a focal point. They'll need rivalry to fit in and to have a stereotypical dynamic. Now, why does this keep happening? Number one, the networks see black women as interchangeable. Instead of viewing us as unique individuals with our own arcs, Bravo will just swap us out like chess pieces, right? It's why when one black woman leaves, another is introduced rather than adding multiples at the same time. right? And that's because conflict equals ratings. Sadly, Bravo's learned, along with all the rest of the people in this programming, that if you pit Black women against each other, it's great entertainment for the masses. Okay? It's great entertainment pitting Black women against each other. And it makes dramatic TV. Just look at Real Housewives of Atlanta or Married to Medicine. They love the dramatics over there, right? The dramatics. Real Housewives of Atlanta was the highest rated franchise with all of the dramatics of infighting over there, right? Now, conversely, friendship between Black women isn't good TV, but fighting is. So that's why over on Married to Medicine, when it's all kumbaya and Yahusha is visiting, no, they're like, oh, the show is boring. The show is horrible. What are they even doing? Nah, nah, nah. But as soon as you get some fighting, now it's like ratchetness. Now it's good TV. But why do the white cast members get to control the narrative? That's a question we need to be asking ourselves, you guys. Why does my phone keep going off? Let's do this. Well, the white cast members control the narratives. If Black women comes too powerful, like Garcelle, Nene, Ebony, and Real Housewives in New York, then suddenly she's hard to work with and too aggressive. And even though there was only one white girl on the cast with Nene, she said that Nene was hard to work with, remember? And said that Nene was aggressive, remember? Okay? Bozeman and the problem of corporate Black women. I made a great point about the Bose storyline feeding into stereotypes, right? And if she was sold us on this magnificent boss, but it's all performative because you reduced yourself to a freaking storyline with your baby mama arc. Okay. That's felt so freaking weird, Bozo. So you're a magnificent corporate boss Black woman. And then you're going to come to us with the I need to get pregnant for this man who didn't even tell me he loved me. Really? And you're marketing the best product yourself? Really? That was stereotypes on stereotypes. It is also stereotypical of a Black woman who has it all except for family, right? Because there's also that talk in the Black culture about how we can either have a family or we have this or we have that. And it's like compartmentalized for for the Black experience, but that's not true. That's not true. That's a stereotype. Because my life, I have a loving husband, I have a loving family, we have a great life. We do our shit. So that's a harmful stereotype that we can't have it all. It's to make us think you can't have it all. So if you think you can't have it all, then you're not going to go try to get it all, right? You're not going to expect it all, right? You're going to be telling yourself in the back of your mind that, oh, uh, we're not allowed to have that. I can only be a baby mama. Or if I have a perfect relationship, then we can't be a power couple or vice versa. That's bullshit. We can have to be anything we want in this life. White ladies aren't the only ones who are awesome. Indian ladies aren't the only ones who are awesome. Chinese ladies, Japanese ladies, German ladies, I don't know, insert race here, isn't the only ones who can have it all. You're talking to the ones who started it all, therefore we can have it all. The mitochondrial DNA that is in Black women started all this shit. So isn't that a stupid stereotype? If you really think about it, if you started it all, you can definitely have it all. Will we ever get multiple Black women without a feud? I don't think so. Let's see. Now, I feel like Sutton helped Garcelle's decision to quit, because Garcelle was very honest with us in the confessionals when she was telling us straight out that she was going to have to examine her relationship with Sutton and that this might change things because she saw clearly Sutton's desire to wear Kyle as an ass helmet in spite of Garcelle protecting her from the shit that is Kyle. Did that make sense to you guys? Can I get a poo in the chat if that made sense? I know it's vulgar, but I think it made sense. Um, and isn't it interesting that one of the ones with the biggest wallet is still giving us social climber energy, right? And how is she passive, aggressive, and defensive all at the same time? She wants to dish it out, and I feel like she can take it a little bit, but she's right. Erika and Dorito piling on her, tag teaming her with exact sentences is coordinated, and I can do one bitch on it at a time, but I'm not into thruples, bitch. Is it wrong that Sutton's not into thruples? I don't think so. Some people want a monogamous argument. Not everybody has to be into this group swinging shit. And now I'm starting to feel like, damn, Garcelle realized that Sutton was not really her friend. And it was kind of painful when she walked to the room that night. And even when she woke up in this episode, I could tell there was a little residual, but Garcelle's class was not going to let her ruin it. Nobody could even tell Garcelle was upset. They just kind of thought she was upset because she said things like, Kyle, Sutton wants you to take up for her. But I don't even think that was an angry statement, you know? Yeah. And I feel like Sutton played herself ultimately because she lost a good friend in Garcelle. And also, this last episode made it seem like Sutton was going to be the one to question whether or not to return to Beverly Hills. But with Garcelle physically removing herself before even the reunion aired, that's how you do a bitch, Garcelle. That's how you do a bitch. That's how you do a bitch. Woo! Okay. Now, one last thing I want to talk about right before we leave is just the robbery. Because why is Dorito getting to feign arrogance and madness over Garcelle questioning her? Because it's still a fucking question. Okay? It happened in 2021 while PK was in London. Dorit claimed that she was held at Pow Pow Point and had to beg for her life while the kids were asleep. The robbers allegedly took millions, but she was already in active bankruptcy. So where'd you get the millions from, bitch? Security footage was limited. There was no arrest made to this day. We're 2025, and there's zero arrests made. Plus, Doritos' racist ass initially said that the men were black. Remember that shit? Remember? So now she's mad that a black woman is asking about the robbery that she said she got robbed by black people from. There was no forced entry. PK's bizarre reaction. No forced entry. She had an alarm set up by Teddy's husband, I thought. And the alarm wasn't on. There was no broke door, no forced entry, they said. They entered through the sliding door. PK didn't even rush home after she said she had the gun to her head. He mocked her. He mocked her trauma, saying she was dramatic and high maintenance. Did the insurance pay out? I don't know. I don't know. He had already owed millions in lawsuits and unpaid loans before the house robbed. Okay. Was it a storyline? I still think it was a storyline. I'm one of the 4 people on Twitter, for Rito, Brokey, that thinks it was a storyline, that thinks it was staged. I'm one of the 4, bitch. And don't you read the Bible where 2 or more are gathered in his name? There he is. Makes it a whole church. No, the robbers were never caught. There hasn't even been a question. They never even questioned nobody yet. It remains open and unclosed with zero updates to this day. Highly suspicious. Now, if we're asking ourselves, why would PK and Dorit fake it? For a financial bailout, for sympathy arc, and a distraction from PK's problems. Got what you asked for, bitch. I think it was staged. And I think that um, I think that Garcelle continuing to ask the questions that we all want to know. It's been 4 years. You're literally still saying you're affected by being robbed, but we can't ask you about the robbery? Really? You're literally saying that you won your case, Erika, but we can't ask you about the case now that your husband has been found guilty? Really? And that's what I have for you guys on this Talking Heads. It was all staged. Let's go through some of these comments. I'm gonna have to go way back up. I'll start at the bottom. Okay, Lola, thanks for hanging out the whole time. I think it was staged too, girl. Palaver girl, thanks for coming through. Yeah, now that's how Big Sutton will maneuver, right? Bianca said, I don't blame Garcelle for leaving. I want to see how Sutton maneuvered through the group without her. Exactly. No, you're not going to get to abuse me twice, bitch. Saw what you want to know about RHOA, but that's why I'm liking the new girls. So yeah, yes, mother's business, bosses. Yeah, I love Dr. Heavenly. She didn't trash the show. There, okay, Palaver girl. What would be happening on Married to Medicine without Dr. Heavenly the past 10 episodes, the past 10 seasons? What would have happened? What would you have seen for entertainment on Married to Medicine had the good Dr. Heavenly not even been present or her counterpart Quad? I won't wait because nothing. We wouldn't have seen what we would have been bored to death with Dr. Rabbit. We would have been bored to death. There's only so many biscuits that Toya could have thrown at Eugene. There's only so many day drinks that we would have enjoyed seeing Toya drink during the day playing tennis with Anila. You guys can talk all the shit you want and do hashtags all you want all day, but there would have been no Married to Medicine without Dr. Heavenly for the last 10 seasons that she's been on. She's carried the fucking show. You should be glad. You should be sending thank you notes to Dr. Heavenly. How about hashtag thank you, Dr. Heavenly, for giving me something to watch on Sundays for 10 seasons solid? Because none of the other bitches are serving shit. How about that for a hashtag? How about it? Blake was in the house. Carla was in the house. Lady Virgo was in the house. Mademoiselle is in the house. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through, Bianca, Mimere. Thanks for being here. I think we're getting ready to go. I think Chris is getting ready to talk about this now. I'm going to end this. Bozo is a fucking liar. Erika Jayne is, she, Erika Jayne is sad, 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 dried up prune of a woman trying to pretend like so how does aged mayonnaise, what would be more interesting to aged mayonnaise, Erika? She's like, oh, I just think I wish you would have been more interesting. Really, bitch? Really, bitch? So tell us what does interest aged mayonnaise, Erika? Because to me, Garcelle's pretty entertaining. Pretty fucking interesting. What's not interesting is how you explained what happened to your husband when he rolled over a hill 10 times and you didn't want to take him to get his head checked. It's crazy. These comments are great. I hope they stay in the thing because I can't even read them all right now, but I do have to go. We've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. You guys, make sure you ring the bell, smash the like button on your way in or out. Thanks for coming to play. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you found this entertainment. I think I was spot on with a lot of these synopsis and stuff. It was a real great season. I love that Garcelle was the first melanated goddess on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I love that she left on top. I love that she left on top. Anyway, you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Okay? Smash the buttons, ring my bell.